In this lesson, what we're going to talk about is creating an entire ebook from scratch using what? Of course, ChatGPT. So let's hop into the process. So what I want to do is write an entire ebook on at-home gardening and houseplants. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT, what are the main steps? So it gave us a 6-point outline on what to do. And let's first focus on the first two. We want to define our target audience and we want to research and plan our content. So let's first go to step one. We want ChatGPT to help us define our audience. So let's say, help define my audience for this book. Great, so we have some initial questions to ask about finding the age range of our audience, the experience level, where they live, what lifestyle situations, and what overall interests they have. What I want to do is ask ChatGPT to define this for me. So the prompt I'm going to write is define who my target audience would be for a book written about gardening and plants. Great, so we have our target audience divided into 7 different potential categories: beginning, expert, apartment owners, homeowners, urban farmers, health and wellness enthusiasts, and environmentalists. Now what I want to ask ChatGPT to do is write me an outline for this book that would appeal to this target audience. So the prompt I'm going to do is please write a bullet point outline for this ebook that would appeal to this specific target audience. Great, so it gave us a brief summary of each main step of the process that the book would be about. So we have getting started with gardening, choosing the right plants, caring for your plants, designing your garden, troubleshooting common gardening issues, and the conclusion. Now what I want it to do is to turn each one of these bullet point summaries into an entire chapter of the book. Great, so the prompt I have is now take bullet point 1 and write a 3,000 word in-depth chapter for this book. And I'm going to change 3,000, even though that would be what we would want to use. But for our example, with time, we're going to do 500. And ChatGPT is going to go through and expand that bullet point into the entire chapter of the book. Now we have our first chapter of the book, and this looks great already, but of course you can customize this. You could write this in the style of Morgan Freeman or write this in the style of a children's book. So let's say that this was refined and we had it the way we wanted to. We went through all of our bullet points and we created chapters out of those bullet points. Now what we need to do next is come up with our book name. So great, now create 3 options for a great sounding book title. And there you have it. We have 3 different options. Green Thumbs, a beginner's guide to at-home gardening and houseplants. Number 2, a houseplant handbook, everything you need to know about indoor plants and gardening. And lastly, Cultivate Your Own Eden, a practical guide to at-home gardening and houseplants. Lastly, we have everything that we need except for a description for Amazon. So let's say, now create a 200-word description of the book for Amazon. So there you have it. Now we have our title, our entire book, and the description to use for the landing page of this product. And as a final little addition, I wanted to also drop this link in for you as a online article that shows you how to publish an ebook online in a step-by-step process. So this outlines the entire process, and I would highly suggest checking this out if this is something you're really interested in pursuing.